Good morning. So we're outside Hinton, Alberta. We're halfway between Hinton and Jasper. We're at a campground here called Jasper Gates RV Resort. We made it into Jasper yesterday, but when I got there, I didn't realize we couldn't find a spot to put a trailer for the night. So anyways, we got this site for 2 days. Got in here late, hooked up the power and blew the breakers. So the nice guy that runs the camp here came and ran an extension cord for me. Worked, AC worked for a little bit. It was a little warm in there. So I had the AC on for a little while, and so anyways, yeah, so here we are. I've been having this problem. My battery in my trailer is not charging. And this thing right here, the CO2 and CO2 and propane monitor keep beeping. And it drives Katie dog absolutely berserk. She gets so upset she won't go in the trailer. So I have a solar panel right here that does work. It says it's charging. I mean, I know it's not the optimal setup, but while we're driving west and the sun's going down, I mean, it is beating on it. Plus the truck's hooked up to it, and like right now it's plugged in. It should be trickle charging, so it's not holding a charge. So we're gonna pull the battery out, take it into Canadian Tire and test it, and maybe buy a new battery. So hold tight. So I got the battery out, and I found the battery's warm. It should be charging. Now I pulled the caps off and discovered that it is, I don't know if you can see in there, but they are empty. So it smells kind of funny, and I see a couple of the plates in there look a little broken up. I'm not sure. So anyways, I'm going to top it up with some distilled water and take it to Canadian Tire, and I'll get them to test it and see if it works. Now I did notice that the battery box here is, Tiffany's laughing at me. The battery box is 12 inches and I have 24 inches of space there. So I'm going to maybe buy another battery and fit it in there. So hold tight. Okay, so I'm here at Canadian Tire, Hinton, Alberta, and got the battery. Anyways, I need to top it up, and of course they don't have distilled water here. So there's an IGA down the street, and I'll head over there and get a bottle of distilled water. I'll fill the cells up and come back. Okay, so I'm here at the IGA and got my distilled water. Took a few tries there explaining to them the difference between bottled water, purified, and distilled. I also got myself a treat. You know you're in Alberta when you see Guns and Ammo AR-15 magazine on the shelf. I haven't seen that anywhere else in the country. I've looked for that magazine all over the place. Used to be able to buy it, can't buy it anywhere. Found it here. So anyway, so I'm popping the caps off again with a screwdriver. I'm gonna take the top off the bottle of water here. Sorry, I'm trying to hold the phone while shooting the video. Plus it's sunny out. So probably gonna make a mess here. So I finished pouring the water in. As you can see, the water's now level with the tops. So now we'll put the caps back on. I spilt a little bit, but see, it took a good amount of the water that was in there, so the battery was very low. I could actually read on this side here, I could read the stamp on one of the plates in there. So okay, so now that we got this thing all done, pack up all the stuff. We'll head back over to Canadian Tire and get them to charge it and load test it and make sure everything's okay. One thing my honey did for me was, after yesterday's episode with losing my wallet, or almost lost my wallet, she's made me a little checklist here. I have my wallet right here. Put in the basket. Keys we have, and I'm talking to you on the cell phone. We have all 3 checks in place. We're good to go. Say hello, King Dog. Okay, back here at Canadian Tire, and luckily for me, I found a shopping cart right here. So I'll grab the battery. There. And take it in and get it tested, and I'll let you know how we make out. Okay, so we're just leaving Canadian Tire now, and they load tested the battery, and the battery came out no good. Said that it's pooched. So I'm heading over to Walmart right now because it's next door, and they seem to have a better deal on batteries. When I was looking on their website, Canadian Tire wanted some pretty hefty prices, and I understand you get what you pay for, but you know, in the same token, it's an RV battery. It's not like it's going to be in my truck having to start the, you know, a 6-liter engine in minus 40. So I'll see what we can do here. I'm gonna have to call the RV dealer back in Saskatoon. Maybe we're gonna be a while before we're back, but the you know, trailer, we bought it in March and had a new battery on it when we bought it, so hopefully they can do something about that. Maybe the battery should still be good. So might be hard to see them in the distance here. There was a few more when I got here, but just want to say good morning to all good morning to all the Walmart campers here. Hopefully they had a good night's sleep. Okay, so I just left Walmart and grabbed 2 batteries. The original car batteries are rated in cranking amps, and the original batteries, or the original battery on the trailer, was a 700 cranking amp battery. So for $99 each, I ended up with 2 batteries that are 935 cranking amps. So a little bit more battery capacity. Plus now I have 2. So just heading back over to Walmart now, and I'm gonna see if I can find a battery box so I can put them both in battery boxes. Right now I only have 1 in the battery box. So, oh, plus I also have to find a CO2 alarm, and one with a propane gas monitor in it. The one in the trailer that's hardwired in, if the batteries go low, it starts beeping. Drives Katie Dog here nuts. Kind of messes her up for a couple of days. She really doesn't like it. So I'm going to find an external one and one that takes like a Duracell 9-volt battery that you change every, whatever, 3 months or so, 3-4 months. Put it on a regular maintenance plan kind of deal. When I do go through everything in the trailer regularly, I'll just change that battery out. The one hardwired one in there, what I'll do is I'll put it on a switch. Not today, but another day. I'll put it on a switch, and once we get confident that the batteries aren't going to be dying on us, we'll turn it back on and leave it on. Or what I can do is I'll just turn it on when I'm plugged into the park. Because pretty much anytime you got the gas on in that, you know, you'd be either plugged in or using stuff, so I can turn it on then. And we'll go from there. So I got the battery box, and I went looking for that gas monitor CO2 alarm kind of deal, and I couldn't find one that ran just strictly off batteries. They had one in there, it ran off of a 110 setup with a backup 9-volt battery in it, but just by the size of the unit and everything that it did, looking for CO2, it did CO2, propane, and natural gas, so that's, you know, a 3-gas alarm. 9-volt battery wouldn't last too long at all. So I'm definitely gonna look into the one in the trailer. I'll probably wire it back up and put a switch on it. Maybe I'll do that tonight. If we see an RV dealer maybe today, I'll stop at one, see if they got something different. Like I said, I'm eventually gonna hook the old one back up, but it's just yeah, I can't have it like beeping when I pull the pull out in. You know, when the pull out pulls in, or the slide out, when it gets in and it goes to lock in position, that's when it draws a lot of current. So that's when the the gas monitor goes into a low alarm, or a low voltage alarm. So the things that we do to keep Katie Dog happy. Right, Katie Dog? Back there, there's got a little bed in the back seat. Okay, so I got the batteries charged up and installed them, and I'll give you a little look here. So that's how I've wired in, hooked up the new batteries here. There was one there before, now there's two. It's not my best work, but I'm working in a trailer park with limited supplies and tools, so when I get this thing somewhere where I can actually have some time and work on it, I might I'm gonna rearrange some of this stuff around. I'd like to move this back actually. If I moved it back an inch, it would be able to separate a little nice. I had to cut the handles off on the boxes to make them fit. Do a little slicing and dicing, and they'll go in there. So what I've done more or less is I've paralleled these batteries together, and then on this one here where the trailer wires up, I've added this. This is an on-off switch. The trailer dealer recommended that if you have the trailer unhooked for any length of time, like you're going to store it or whatever, to disconnect the battery. So I've disconnected that. So this is my solar panel hookup, hooked up the back to this side, which connects before the switch. A lot of this is all temporary hookup. I just zip tied that there. Eventually I'll mount it somewhere nice. I bought the panel, which I've ratchet strapped up there. I bought the panel at Canadian Tire. Yeah, the panel is regular $200 at Canadian Tire, and it was on sale for 99 bucks. I had about $120 or so in Canadian Tire money on my credit card, like the points or whatever, so I got it for free. Free is free. The reason I bought that was the main reason was that the old battery was dying on me, and when I was at the dealer, they didn't load test the battery or anything. They just figured I was just using the power more than the system could recharge it in the trailer. So I bought that. It's a 7-amp charger, so I figured that would have fixed it, but it didn't. Load tested the battery and found out it was pooch this morning, so that's why we changed it. So anyways, that's that. I'll put the covers on and strap them down and go from there.